It's My Fault. Written by Dylan Putnam. Performed by Gabriel Apland. I've been sitting here for hours now, just replaying the scene constantly in my head, again and again. Every word, every breath, every single look on her face. I couldn't tell you what time it was. I think the sun went down. Maybe it's been down. Who knows? It all blurs together when your whole life shatters in the middle of a Sunday. We were in the kitchen. She was making tea, peppermint, like always. The blend that she swore helped with her sinuses and allowed her to sleep better, though I'm quite positive she only liked it because it made the whole house smell like toothpaste. I loathe peppermint. Always have. It's my least favorite part of Christmas. But I bit the bullet, and I drank it with her anyway. Every night. Even when it felt like hot mouthwash going down my throat. Because that's what you do when you love someone. You make small, stupid, minuscule sacrifices, and you think they add up to something big. She didn't even look at me when she said those 5 words. I can't do this anymore. 5 goddamn words, and my world caved beneath my feet. At first, I thought she was joking, or maybe being dramatic, or maybe she meant something else, something smaller and fixable. But then I looked at her. She was stirring her tea like she wasn't ripping apart my heart. What? I sputtered out, although it probably sounded more like a croak. I'm leaving. Like she was talking about taking a car ride down to the local Walmart. I've been thinking about it for a while. How long is a while? I asked, forcing out a laugh, because humor always was my emergency parachute. Like, since I forgot to wash the dishes last night? Or since, what, last year? She turned towards me then, though not fully. Just enough to meet my eyes. The look she gave me made me feel like a dog that was about to be put down. Just a while. The pages in my brain began to turn, flipping through my head like I was rewinding a VHS tape. Our first date, our first fight. The night she said she loved me for the very first time. The way she used to draw little stars on the fogged up mirror after every shower. The way she would send me every stupid little TikTok and Instagram reel that made her think of me. That time we spent 5 hours in a Wendy's because we had so much fun laughing our asses off over nonsense. Because everything with her was fun. Even the boring shit. I swallowed, my fingers twitching at my side. Did I do something? You stopped following the rules. That's what she said. Word for word. And I just stood there, blinking at her like she said something in Klingon. What rules? The rules we set. The ones we made together, she said softly. She leaned against the counter and looked so tired. Not angry, not even sad, just worn thin. You stopped following them. What are you talking about? I said, stepping up to the counter. I don't remember any rules. Were they written down somewhere? Because They weren't written down. She cut me off. But they exist. You just forgot, I guess. I didn't forget. I spat, harsher than I ever could have intended. I didn't know you were keeping score. She flinched, but didn't argue. She just looked at her hands and kept going. You stopped noticing things. Stopped paying attention to me. You used to ask me how my day was, or crack dumb little jokes just to see me smile. You used to plan stupid dates just because you could. Even if it was just us sitting in McDonald's or... She trailed off with a sigh. I love you, I whispered breathlessly. She smiled, and that hurt worse than anything she already said. I know, but love doesn't make everything okay. She was right. I did stop doing all that, but I didn't mean to. I thought we were okay. I thought we'd passed the stage where you needed to try so hard. I thought that once you had your special person, you could just be with them. I guess I got comfortable. I guess I got lazy. Remember the night you came over and we made homemade pizza? I said, out of nowhere, practically pleading with the universe. And we drew faces in the red sauce, and I threw my dough at you. I remember, she said with a small laugh. I shoved my block of cheese in your mouth. We both smiled, and then the silence wrapped around my throat like a noose. I don't want to lose you, I said. I can't. I didn't think I could. That's the problem, she said, finally meeting my eyes. You didn't think you could. The reality of those words crashed into me like a truck. My heart skipped a beat. My lungs felt like they were being torn apart by a razor blade. I didn't know how to say it, or even if I should. I dropped you hints. I tried my hardest to show you. I was hoping you'd notice. I was hoping you'd fight for me. I wanted to scream, or punch something, or throw myself at her feet and promise I'd be better. But she was already gone. This was just her echo telling me why. I should have fought sooner. I should have paid more attention. I thought you were happy, I said, voice shaking. I was. I don't remember how long we stood there. I just remember the way her hand brushed against mine as she grabbed the keys. She turned to the door, bags already packed. How didn't I notice them sitting there? Can I call you? I pleaded. Not for a while. This was It's My Fault, written by Dylan Putnam and performed by Gabriel Apland. If you like the story, you can check out other episodes and more work by Dylan Putnam linked in the description. Especially check out their work, Brothers Umbra, on Royal Road for free. This story and others came from a writing prompt challenge where our community votes on their favorite every week. Tune in next week for the next winner, or participate live on Twitch. Anyone can submit for free and show the world a story that's worth hearing. This week's prompt was, If I Had Only Followed the Rules. See link in the description.